these cables, just short out on you. I mean, 19-year-old amp, don't expect anything. Keep your expectations low at that point. But it was a fun time. Everything went well. People seemed to enjoy it. My friend Amanda, she was really happy about it. She enjoyed it. Too bad that her and I didn't get to do any songs, but next time. I said next time. She was just too busy, but busy's good means she was making money. So, hopefully everybody there made off like all the vendors made off like bandits. I know the guy selling freaking homemade honey and maple syrup and stuff like that. I'm sure he made off like a bandit for sure. Man, he had a busy booth, so there was a lot of preservatives and stuff like that there. I didn't get a chance to really shop around because I was playing. But yeah, so the next show, I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be much better rehearsed. I had a good time no matter what. I had a good time no matter what. To me, it was a super success for what it was. Was it the best show I ever played? No. Was it the funnest show I ever played? No. Was it fun? Yeah, it was fun. It was very, very leisure and relaxed. We'll just say that. Did people seem to enjoy it? Yes. I mean, people were smiling. You know what I mean? Like it was putting smiles on people's faces. So that's and then me telling my stupid jokes in between. It's like yeah. But there was a lot that you didn't get to see because I ran out of the GoPros ran out of juice. So there's a lot you didn't get to see, but for the most part, I filmed the main things I wanted to film anyway, and then there was a few songs I wish I would have got the version of Heaven's Coming Down. That would have been a lot of people clapped on that one. A lot of people like Take a Picture. A lot of people like that one. There's songs that people resonate with, but again, it wasn't really a concert. It was more like a venue. And I'm starting to think, different places play like bars. I like playing bars sometimes. But with bars, you got to watch your guitars. Nobody steals them. You got to watch drunkards coming up on stage. There's a lot of shit you got to deal with in a bar, right? Most of the time it's fun, but there's always that, if you play say 10 bars in a row, 3 of them are going to have some fucking weird incident that happens that it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. You know what I mean? So there's that. One thing I noticed about my 7-string and my poor SG, I guess being alongside the highway makes sense. How much freaking dust there was on those poor guitars. Especially the 7-string, you can really notice it because of the black, eh? And I'm like, and that's one gig. And both of these guitars have wear on them. You know what I mean? It's like they're getting sanded by the freaking tractor trailers going by and stuff. And it's you laugh, but it's like I say, guys, if it's your favorite guitar, play it live once in a while. But have a dedicated gigging guitar. Now, mind you, the 7-string, that 7-string is going to be a workhorse. My SG61 reissue, I brought it out just because it was kind of like its first real gig. It's not yes, I was standing, wasn't a real stage or whatever, that stuff. But it was there's a gig. I got paid, so it counts. So I wanted to, because you're going to find this funny, those Gibson SGs, I've only had them on stage one other time, each for jam nights for 15 minutes. I know, what a shame, right? And the Hot Rod Deluxe, that was going to be its first debut. I've played through Hot Rod Deluxe amps on stage before, but never mind, it was always somebody else's, right? So I know what they'll do, but it's just like I've had an amp for 19 years and it's never played on stage. And all the jam nights and stuff I've done in the past 19 years, I've probably, I haven't done a lot of gigs in the past 19 years. Maybe done 3 or 4. That's it. I know. What a shame, right? But jam nights, 100 or so, 100 plus, 100 plus jam nights, in the city when I was living in the city in 2008, I had my Epiphone G400 was my kind of jam night guitar, and that Ibanez AEL-10 acoustic guitar. I don't know how many shows I got on that acoustic guitar. And I had another mandolin at the time. So, like I left my Gibson at home. I was like, I'm not bringing my Gibson out for a freaking jam night. You know what I mean? Like that's, that's just not going to happen. Like that'd be too much, little too much to worry about, right? One of the last jam nights I did in the city was with my double neck, my Epiphone G1275, and boy, would I have loved to have had that for Saturday. I don't think I would play that thing 17-pound guitar, 14 to 17-pound guitar for 5 hours straight, but standing up, I'd be in the hospital right now with back issues. But it would have been really cool to have that 12-string, like people would have enjoyed it. They say the Gibson, now I've only ever tried the Gibson double neck EDS 1275. I've only ever tried it, I think, 2 or 3 times in my life. When they first reissued them, and right around the same time they reissued the 61 reissues back in 92 or 94. And then one other time after that, and I don't remember exactly where it was. Probably in the same shop. It was Lozon Music the first time. And I remember picking the thing up thinking it was going to be a boat anchor, and I was like, I think this is lighter than my Les Paul. And they say it's only an 11-pound guitar. I don't know how you put weight relief in a double neck. You know what I mean? And if you do, like the double necks have neck dive like you wouldn't believe. That much I can tell you. My G1275 was like horrible. Like, like those lot of mass in those tuners, right? And it just drops right to the floor. But it was a great guitar. It was too heavy. But it would have been very suited to the type of music I was playing, because you can play that 12-string almost like an acoustic, right? And then, but as soon as you got the double neck, you have to play Hotel California. That's the one thing that happens. The reason why I don't play any Eagles songs anymore is there's no point, because they're all copyrighted to the point where they get banned. Like if you post a video with an Eagles song in it, it'll get banned in all countries, so nobody gets to see it. I don't know why they did that. Like okay, I get it. Okay, if you want to do the copyright, the revenue sharing, I get that, but it should be sharing. Okay, well, they're actually promoting you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter which artist it is. Maybe, like let them make a little bit of money off your, okay, sure, if you want to split it 50-50, whatever, that would be the nicest thing to do. Even if they do like 90-10, you know what I mean? At least the guy gets a little bit of a compensation for, basically, I would, if somebody was covering my songs and they were making money off of it, and they say, okay, well, I'll give you 10% and whatever, and the other guy keeps 90, I'd be okay with that. Like, I mean, I'd even be okay if, like, okay, well, he keeps 100% of it, I don't care. You know what I mean? He's promoting me, so it's like people will listen to him and then they might go back and listen to the original song. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't really see it as this stealing kind of thing, like these copyright freaks. I do get the copyright thing, I do get it, but there's like, it's how it's marketed. Like somebody, just doing an acoustic version of your song, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same, even if they do well with it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. People just don't want to ever see anybody else do well. You know what I mean? That sucks. So that's why I don't do Eagles songs anymore. It's like there's no point. You know what I mean? I can't share it, right? And everything I do, I want to be able to share. I made up a couple of songs on the spot. So actually, the lady that lives there, I did her baby photos a couple of months ago. Well, little Fern's about a month old, so I sang "Welcome to the World, Baby Fern." Made it up on the spot. I don't think he heard it because he was snoozing. I got to shake his toe. I met him for the first time there, so it was yeah. So welcome to the world, little baby Fern. Melissa was like, "Ah, thank you." So that, and then I made up a song about how Brian got the big blue horse on the back of his truck. Stuff like that. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, I got to make other videos. I could talk about this gig all day. It really does, like, I'm still kind of like, how do I feel about it, right? And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I feel good about it. I definitely want more. It kind of sucks coming back to work. It reminds me like what it was like in the 90s. Like, it's like, you come out of the gig and you're like, you're all stoked up, and you know, if you know, it's like the show's over, you're in the bar or whatever venue it is, everybody else is gone, it's just you and some of the equipment and a band member or two, and everything's quiet, and you're just it's kind of like that line in Turn the Page, where later on that evening while you're lying awake in bed, echoes of amplifiers in your head. I totally get that. That lasts for days after, especially if it's a really good show. That'll last